guess. Barbie thought it was wonderful, till she found out what it was.
Well, I should think so,
Mrs. Brant exclaimed. It tasted good, Rick said. Sort of like chicken livers? Anyway, I sympathized with Barbie. I felt kind of funny myself when I found out what it was. Hartson Brant, an older edition of his athletic son, looked at the boy reflectively. He knocked ashes from his pipe. Seems to me you've been pretty quiet since you got back, Rick. Lost your taste for excitement, or are you working on something? Working, Rick said. Scientists never rest. We must labor always to push back the frontiers of ignorance. He put a hand over his heart and bowed with proper dramatic modesty. I'm working on an invention that will startle the civilized world. We will now bow our heads in reverent silence while the master tells us all, Scotty intoned. I know, Jerry guessed. You're working on a radar-controlled lawnmower so you can cut the grass while you sit on your porch. Well, that's too trivial for our junior genius here. He's probably working on a self-energizing hot dog that lathers itself up with mustard, climbs into a bun, and then holds a napkin under your chin while you eat it, Scotty objected. Hey, that's not a bad idea, Rick said soberly. But no, that's not it. Of course not, Hartson Brant put in. You see, I happen to know what it is, due to a little invention of my own, an electronic mind reader. Scotty gulped. You didn't tell Mom what happened to those 2 pieces of butterscotch pie, did you? I wanted her to blame it on Rick. Rick asked unbelievingly, An electronic mind reader? Sure, Dad, what am I working on? A device to penetrate darkness. Rick stared. His father had scored a hit, so he demanded, How did you know that? My new invention, Hartson Brant said seriously. Oh, and one other clue. Yesterday morning, the mail brought me a bill for 1,000 feet of 16mm infrared motion picture film. So that was it, Rick grinned. I hope your new invention told you I asked the film company to send the bill to me and not you. It did. The bill was actually addressed to the Spindrift Foundation. Attention, Mr. Brant. Since I didn't know which Mr. Brant it meant, I opened it. Don't worry, Rick. I'll let you pay for it. Thanks, Dad, Rick said. But don't make any sacrifices. You can pay for it if you want. Don't want to, Hartson Brant replied. I haven't the slightest use for motion picture film. Because Rick has the only motion picture camera on the island, Scotty finished. He frowned at his friend. You keeping secrets, huh? Well, I'm not sure it'll work, Rick explained. He hated to brag about an idea and then have it turn out to be a dud. Consequently, he seldom mentioned that he was working on anything until he knew it would be successful. What does the film have to do with penetrating the darkness? Jerry Webster inquired. Rick caught the look of interest on his father's face. Ask Dad, he said. The electronic mind reader probably has told him all about it. Of course. Rick is planning to take movies at night without lights. Jerry looked skeptical. How? Rick stood up. Long as we've started talking about it, I may as well just show you. The others rose too. As they did, a shaggy little dog crawled out from under Rick's chair where he'd been napping. Dismal and I will put the cake away, Mrs. Brant said. At the sound of his name, the pup rolled over onto his back and played dead. That was his only trick. Rick bent and scratched his ribs in the way the pup liked. Go with Mom, he commanded. Come on, the rest of you. Maybe I can get some free advice from the director of the Spindrift Foundation. Hartson Brant smiled. If you are looking for a technical consultant, Rick, my price is very reasonable. It would have to be, Rick admitted ruefully. I've spent my entire fortune on this thing. Yeah, a whole $1, Scotty added. The boys' rooms were on the second floor in the north wing of the big house. But where Scotty's was usually neat as a barrack squad room, the result of his service in the Marines, Rick's was usually a clutter of apparatus. Living on Spindrift Island with the example of his father and the other scientists to follow, it was natural.